Just how good is Bardstown's own distillate? Let's find out. What's going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys our first review of 2023. Today, we are going to be reviewing the Bardstown Origin Series High Rye Bourbon. Now, this bottle right here was sent to me by one of my Patreons and loyal subscribers, Salty Lettuce. Thank you, Joe, so much for getting your hands on this bottle and sending it to me because, as you guys know, I'm here in New Jersey. We don't get Bardstown. But without further ado, let's get into the pour. This is Bardstown's own mash bill. This is their first iteration of the Origin Series. This mash bill is going to have a 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. It comes in at $46 at 96 proof, and it is age stated at 6 years old. This is going to be the first time that we are also using our new scoring system. So as you guys can see here on the screen, we are going to have the scoring system up. We have changed it up a little bit. It is going to include nose 0 to 10, palate 0 to 10, finish 0 to 10, value 0 to 5, and obtainability 0 to 5. The scoring system is also going to be changed down a little bit as well. We have drain pour at 0 to 10. We have decent bottle at 11 to 20. We have a great pickup from 21 to 30, and then get another bottle from 31 to 40. So is this going to be an absolute stud as the first bottle of the year? Let's find out. Before we get into the nose, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, smash the subscribe. The store is open, so make sure you guys go check that out. Pick up your Everyday Drinker merch. Also, check out the Patreon because we're giving away stuff. We're doing fun things over there. Absolutely love the community that is growing, but let's get into the nose. Ooh, okay, a little grainy right off of the nose. A little bit of that maltiness comes off. Almost smells like a chocolate Whopper in a way. Getting a little bit of like a cherry. The corn is there. I smell corn. Got a little bit of a vanilla icing there. Cinnamon, spicy cinnamon. I get a little bit of root beer there too, which is very interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of root beer, but I find that root beer on the nose a little bit. Very earthy, a little grainy. Again, this comes in at 96 proof. The initial nose is very nice. It doesn't smell like it's 6 years old. It smells a little bit younger, but the nose is very pleasant. There's no off-putting scents that are coming out of this glass. I'm finding a little bit more chocolate. There's almost like a rich coffee coming off of that now too. Yeah, that vanilla icing is there. It's really pleasant. Has this sweet undertone over top of that. That initial spice is there from the cinnamon. There's that chocolate, the maltiness is there. I get that right off of the rip, but underneath everything there, I'm picking up a nice warm vanilla icing. So my initial thoughts on the nose is to give it a 6.5. Let's get into the palate here, guys. Let's see what the Origin Series High Rye Bourbon is all about. It tastes just like a Whopper. It's malty, it's chocolatey. The finish is super long. It's still going on. It is still sitting on my palate. Coated everything in my mouth. As you can see, the legs on that glass are still sticking. Very oily for 6 year 96 proof. There's some earthy tones in there. It's very earthy, but it's sweet as well. Like I said, that chocolate malt's there, getting a little bit of an espresso. There's a touch of oak, a little touch of a bitterness on the back of my tongue, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but the sweetness overpowers that on the front, on the top, the sides, and the tip of your tongue. Very nice. A touch of cinnamon. It's a very dry cinnamon. It's not like a very spicy, peppery cinnamon. I'm enjoying this. It's almost like you take a little bit of like a caramelized sugar and you eat that. It's got that toastiness to it. Wow, that's really nice. The most prevalent note on this bottle right here is that chocolate malt. It's almost like a chocolate malt shake, or I don't know if you guys have ever had it, but it was my absolute favorite. The orange Ovaltine, the chocolate malt Ovaltine, one of my absolute go-tos when I was a kid. I might go to the store and pick that up because that's reminding me strictly of that, bringing me back to my childhood. But then past that, you get this really sweet vanilla. Really sweet. It's like confectionery sugar turned into icing in a glass after that chocolate. It's like a chocolate malt shake with vanilla ice cream. It's so interesting. This is fantastic. I'm going to finish this glass before the video is over. Score on palate. I'm going to give this an 8. This is a very solid 8. The score on the finish. Let's go back in for one more sip and see what that finish has to do. The finish has this grain forwardness after that initial chocolate and vanilla that you get off of the initial palate. That bitterness is hitting the back of my tongue again, so that's gonna knock the score down a little bit, and I'm gonna give the finish a 6. Obtainability is the next. So how obtainable is this bottle? This is not sold in every state. Here in New Jersey, I can't find it. I have to rely on other people to pick it up for me, or I have to go travel. Is this going to be sitting on shelves, readily available? I do believe so. So I think the obtainability in those states that it's sold at, but not being sold in every state, I think that drops this down to being a 3.5. And finally, the value of the bottle. This is going to be Bardstown's first iteration of their own mash bill. This is their High Rye mash. This is a 6-year bourbon bottled at 96 proof. It's $46. I think that right there alone gives this an edge, and I'm gonna give it on a value at a 4.5. And that gives us a final score for this Bardstown Origin Series, a score of 28.5. So this right here is gonna be a great pickup bottle. This is one that is pushing the cusp of being a must get again, go pick up tomorrow. And I think that because of how readily available it is, you're not going to have to go pick one up tomorrow or pick one up immediately after sipping it. I think it's one that's going to sit on the shelves. It's going to be readily available. So that is why this is a bottle that got a score of 28.5. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this bottle. This bottle, in my opinion, is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's my first Bardstown bottle that I own. I've had a sip of the Discovery Series 8 and was absolutely a fan of that. And I think that here in the near future, I'll be picking up some more of these Bardstown bottles because they are darn good stuff. That is going to do it for Review 1 of the year. A score of 28.5, like I said, going to Bardstown Origin Series High Rye Bourbon. Can't beat that for the first bottle of the year. Thank you again, Salty Lettuce, for getting this bottle for me. Until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.